Okay. Oh, isn't me. All right. Richard Dawkins says something completely crazy about religion and Jordan Peterson. So make sure.
Thing. We were talking about Ayaan Hirsi Ali, and it's an interesting detour. But I did want to ask you about this vision of Jesus, way of life. It's a motivating reason behind your behaviors. I think that this has got a lot to do with its popularization through people like Jordan. I want to.
This is an early show because I'm enjoying my time. Actually, I might be going live earlier more often. We'll see, just because of my schedules hopefully changing.
Conversation with Jordan Peterson. It was for about an hour and a half. Imagine the perspective that most of your previous approach.
I enormous free speech, so I want to just get that out of the way. From any sense at all, I think he's impressing people by using language they don't understand, rather like Deepak Chopra. Well, something I can respect. Michael Shermer told me that he tried to pin him down and said, do you actually believe that Jesus was born of a virgin? About one sentence or one word, no.
Allah is God.
And not that I would be skeptical, where he looks at and says, well, they must have had some, in some sense, and saw the DNA. Perhaps the DNA is the double helix is a Jungian archetype. I mean, that is sheer bullshit, and I told him so.
Do you think that you can have a productive conversation with him about religion if this is the approach he's taking? Do you think there's any room for progress here, talking to someone like Peterson?
Well, I hesitate to give any confidence, and I want to
sandwich a new interest in particularly the Bible, and as he calls it, the biblical corpus. My friend Chris Williamson asked him, yes. And I'm thinking, well, why not just call it the Bible then? But he has inspired this renewed interest in the biblical corpus, the utility of religion, and the Jungian archetype book. And would you be taking...
Still talk about it as what Dan Dennett calls belief in belief, where the idea that whether you believe it or not, it's a good idea that some people do. And I think that's patronizing. I think that's condescending. It's sort of saying, well, we intellectuals don't need this crutch, but other people may do. And if they do, then it's a good thing because it helps.
But don't you kind of think that way? Essentially, that's patronizing too. Don't catch that what his beliefs are in some sense, but also in another sense, he's come out with pretty clear.
The battle against Putin's, well, not that Putin himself is religious.
I think Voltaire said, I don't believe in God, but I hope that my maid does.
Well, that's very good. I didn't know that quote. It's a very good example.
Verify its accuracy. Algorithms on social media platforms sometimes...
Wow. Yeah, so now I'm going to pull up a video here. Bear with me. Bear with me. The diary of is God, or what do you believe in? And his answer will shock you.
In a simple way that I can understand, do you believe in for reality of the... What is it you believe?
Well, I've been skipped over, but then one of their conclusions. In fact, well, that's a stupid theory because there's no union. So what? There's just diversity. Well, reading narrative, there's nothing but war. So no, that's not going to work. Wrong. Hedonistic self-gratification. There's Michel all the time because it defeats itself and quickly. It's not a sustainable game. If it's all about you, and your whims, I don't want to be anywhere near you. That's really, it's all about power. It's like, first of all,